Today I'm sharing with you my grocery hacks that save me thousands of dollars every year on our food. I am someone who likes to eat well. I like to have food that is delicious and a lot of it. And I'm also on a very tight budget, so these are the things that help me to accomplish both goals at once. If you're new here, I'm Ashlyn, I'm 26 years old, and I'm on a journey to own a mortgage-free home in the next 4 years. I'm also working alongside my husband to pay for his master's degree debt-free, so if you like personal finance, budgeting, all of that sort of content, then I hope you subscribe and stick around. My first tip is to know what you have and know what you're making. So before you go to the grocery store, check your fridge, your freezer, your pantry, see what you already have, then check that with your list so that you know you're not purchasing doubles of something, and then know what you're making so you're not missing out on any of the ingredients that you need for the week. So basically you are making your list, checking it twice, and setting yourself up for success. Next up is to know which stores near you are the cheapest. Walmart is kind of what I base my base grocery list off of as far as pricing goes. I'll check on their app and see what everything costs. Then I'll compare that to Smith's and Sam's Club, both of which we use as well. But the first grocery store that I go to after I set those prices, which I know are the lowest, I will go to Winco, which is the cheapest grocery store near me, and I buy from that list things that are cheaper at Winco or the same price at Winco. And then from there, I will go fill in the gaps with either Walmart, Smith's, or Sam's Club, depending on who has the best price. Luckily, each of these stores is super close to my house, so it makes it a little bit easier because I often do end up going to all 4 stores. My next tip goes right along with that, and that is to limit the amount of times that you're going to the store. Because I am bargain shopping this way, and I do end up going to 3 or 4 stores every time I go grocery shopping, I limit grocery shopping to 2 times a month. I go every 2 weeks, and that not only makes it less of a job, a chore that I'm having to do constantly, but it also cuts down on the amount of time I'm spending in the grocery store and being exposed, if you will, to all of the temptations of things that I could purchase. So if you can avoid running to the store for that one-off item, then it's going to be much better for your wallet and for sticking to your budget. This next one is a big one, and that is to avoid impulse buying even if the item is on sale. Sometimes grocery stores will have specific items marked down extra, and you don't know about it until you are at the grocery store. But if that item's not on your list and it doesn't fit in your budget, then it's not saving you any money by purchasing it for 50 cents less or whatever it is. So just remember, just because it's on sale doesn't mean it's savings. This next one might be kind of obvious, but it's eat before you go. I like to almost be at the point of being so full when I go to the grocery store that nothing that I'm buying sounds good, because that really makes it so that there is no temptation for me to be adding any extras to the cart. Stop buying name brand items. A lot of the time, the store brand or off-brand items are cheaper and they're still the same quality as the original item. For example, we switched to purchasing a toothpaste called Ultra Bright a few years ago. It's like $1 for a big tube of it. And I was looking at the box one time and I noticed that it's made by Crest. So it's literally the same toothpaste, just in a different packaging, and it costs way less. Next is to skip the convenience items more often. Things that are pre-cut, pre-cooked, pre-made are gonna come with a premium because somebody else has already done the work for you. So grating your own cheese, cooking your own chicken, chopping your own fruits and vegetables are going to save you a lot of money in the long run. This is one of my favorites. You can, of course, buy fresh herbs in the little plastic packages. They're just cut off the plant and you use it and then they are gone. Or you can go a little bit further into the produce section and they will usually have on an end cap a plant, an herb plant. So like basil, mint, all of those sort of things. You can purchase the plant instead. Because it's a plant, it lasts much longer if you know how to take care of it. So when I purchase a new herb plant, I will Google what I need to do to keep that plant alive, as far as does it need direct sunlight, does it need to be watered every day, that sort of thing. And pro tip here, I've purchased a lot of basil plants in my time. So I've learned that when you're buying herbs, they put a ton of that plant in that pot. So there's not just one plant, it's always tons in there. So when you purchase it and you bring it home, it's a great idea to split that plant up and repot it so that you are not overcrowding the pot and it stays alive for much longer and is much healthier. Next is to buy items that can stretch your meal. So adding beans to your burritos or blending up lentils to add to your pasta sauce. Adding more of those cheaper items that are protein dense or really just fill up your plate more is a great way to stretch your meals and make them last longer. Next is don't let your food go to waste. If you notice that your produce, your bread, your meat is getting to the point where it's not going to be good anymore, then it's a great time to just toss it in the freezer. Specifically produce, this happens a lot, so I like to chop it up and put it in a bag so that it's ready to go for either to toss into a dinner or a smoothie, whatever it is. Lastly is to buy in bulk where possible. It doesn't make sense to be buying tons of one specific item because it's cheaper for the ounce if you're not going to be using all of that item and you can't save it. But when it's an option, buying in bulk can save you a lot of money. For example, I've found that it's way cheaper to buy butter in bulk from either Sam's Club or Costco, but that gives me like 4 pounds of butter, and we're not gonna go through 4 pounds of butter before it goes bad. So we will just purchase the giant pack and then stick it right into our freezer and pull butter out as we need it. And that has worked really well for us. So that kind of item you can purchase ahead of time and stick it in your freezer so that you always have it on hand and it costs much less. So those are my top grocery hacks that save us thousands of dollars every year on our groceries. I would love to know what your money saving hacks are when it comes to your groceries, because I'm always looking for more ways to save. So please leave those in the comments, and please remember to subscribe, join us here on this channel, and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I will see you again next week for another video. Bye!